Hi guys, it's Susie, and I want to share a couple of journals that I've made. I was at a standstill on my custom order, waiting for some feedback on it, and so over the last couple of weeks I have been able to make a few things just in between. So I'm probably going to upload a video on these today. Then I have some of these little fun size journals here that I'll probably upload two different videos, and then I have a couple of Halloween that I will upload a video tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then I'll upload a video on the other ones on Sunday. So anyway, I'll just kind of have a video every day this weekend. And these little journals here, of course, this is just my vintage Cottage journal. It's the Cottage Journal magazine, Vintage Cottage. And then this is just a little fabric cover journal that I made. It is Sigita inspired. I love her work, Sigita Coffeestains. I absolutely love how she does her work, so I have just kind of got my inspiration from her on this journal. So anyway, I'm going to start probably with the magazine. The magazine journal is a little longer than most journals that I do because I wanted to get the chair in it plus the wording at the top. So, and then I added a little bit of lace here at the bottom. I just stitched a little bit of lace on it. So it does measure almost, well, with the lace here, the crocheted lace, it does measure 9, and it is about a 4 on the outside, not quite 4, but the pages on the inside are actually 3-inch wide, and I actually did them a little different than I normally do on my little journals here in the magazines. So usually I put a lot of the images from the magazine in the journal, and I didn't do that on this one. So here is, of course, the cover of the magazine. And this is a fairly new magazine. I just bought this a couple of months ago. On the inside, I did add some of the linen tape here to be sure and keep this nice and sturdy where I have bound the book. Here is just the inside page. I did take some of the words and I've just stitched around, like this says contents, just got it out of the magazine. Here is just a little image from the magazine. And like I said, I did not use a whole lot of images this time. Here is a cutout, Flea Market Chic. I've just stitched it on the page. Here is just a little flip up on some paper. Now some of the paper is coffee dyed, some of it is not. Instead of the zigzag stitch in this one, I actually did a whole bunch of different decorative stitch in it. I kind of got tired of doing zigzag and straight stitch, so here is just a piece of notebook paper. It has a little scripture on it. Some washi tape. This is actually some Michael's washi tape that I bought on their bin. Make sure I'm in frame. That I bought on their little bin. I think it was $2. Anyway, I picked it up. Here's just a doily. I think this is a Hobby Lobby doily. Here is just vintage inspired, just kind of sewed on. Some ledger paper. Here's another little flip. Here, of course, is some decorative stitch holding it on. And then I've just put a little tab on there. Here is another little image. I've just put on a little piece of paper that says notes, and there it is. And here is some more of the decorative stitching down the side of the page there. This is the 7 Gypsies ledger paper there, is what that is. And then just some more paper. Thrill of the Hunt, cut out of the magazine. Another little tab. Here's just another little image, suitcases and a little hat. Of course, they're all backed in some coffee stained paper there so you can write on it. A little pocket, I've just added a little piece of stained paper there. Did zigzag there with a straight stitch. Here's another piece of that little notebook paper. Here's a little decorative stitch here and some flowers, another flip up. There's the other half of the doily there. Oops, this page is a little stuck there. Here's some of that washi tape that I got off the bin at Michael's also. Just some craft paper there, masking paper. Here is some copy dyed. And this is really the only other page that I put in the journal. It feels like it's got a little piece of glue on it back here. Was this one here, which was off one of the pages. It's the Cottage Journal, Vintage Cottage, with this beautiful pink. That is the only image that I really put in there, besides these little ones here. And then here it just pulls off. Added a little piece of whatchamacallit there. So, washi tape. And then this I did zigzag and straight stitch. A rose by any other name. And then it's just a place for journaling there. Here's some of that tape, washi tape. Doily. Some more decorative stitch. Little flip up. Here is another, it says Praise the Lord. It has the psalm on it there. A little bird. It just tucks in the pocket. Another little tab. Stray cats. Just took it out of the magazine there. Another piece of that scripture paper. And then here is another little image and some more decorative stitching. And a little milk can. Just sits on the... And then another little tab. Another of the decorative stitching there with another flip up. And then this is just a page of just collage there, collage paper. Doily, some more washi, and another little flip. Charm is what I cut there, and get that out of there. On this I did Treasured Antiques, and then I stitched around it, and then I did a little decorative stitch here. It's supposed to have like a little bows or like a kite string where it has the little bows on it. And that is that. That is my little Vintage Cottage magazine journal. And then this one here, I really like how it came out. Like I said, it is Sigita inspired. I love her work. And so I just made this little rose, or looks like a little flower, out of some sari silk. Then I just layered sari silk here with some, this is supposed to be salmon colored. It's almost a red, but it is salmon. And I got this from Victorian Gypsy Girl on Etsy. I believe this is called Caramel. So that's what the names of those are. And I will link her Etsy shop in my description box. Then I have sewn the handles on. This is what I've done. Well, I actually didn't sew it on. I'll take that back. Well, I did sew it on, but I'll show you as soon as I open the book. Here is, I've just outlined, this is a die negative, which Sigita uses a lot of the die negatives. And so I have done that in here. I really like the way it looks. So that's how I adorn the cover there. And then I did sew it on, but the sari silk is actually sewed all the way across the book. So, and that is that. And here I have used the die cut here. I've just glued it on is what I've done. Stitched around the page. Here is a little fabric pocket. It just has a couple of little copy dyed tags there, manila tags. I have stitched some sari silk just on the edge of the paper. This flips out and it's just stitched on. That is just simply a index card, coffee stained. Here's another negative, or not negative, but another die cut here. These are Tim Holtz die cut. Tim Holtz or Sizzix? I can't. Well, he does Sizzix too, or Sizzix does his. But anyway, that's what that is. Here is just some pretty rose-colored note paper. It is called. Here's a book page, and I have just. This is parchment paper. I have just sewn on the edge. And then here is a little collage that I've done in some of the salmon sari silk and some pink. And then I've just put on some little crocheted lace there, trim. And then here is another collage with book page and sari silk. This is just a little note card, or a little place for journaling there in this little craft. This is that masking paper. I just simply made a pocket. What I did actually is I just took it from one side to the other, stitched it on both sides, and it made a pocket on both sides. That's kind of what I did. And then just another little piece of journaling paper there. Here is a doily. I actually got this doily at a variety store that I found when I went on my little Junkin adventure in Aurora, Missouri. They have a little 5 and dime, a little variety shop in an old shopping center, and we just happened to run onto it on their square. And I picked up this doily. I thought it was different. So anyway, I put it in here. Piece of masking paper there. Here's just a little book page stitched on, some coffee paper there. This opens up. This is an old Rand McNally map that I got at a yard sale, or atlas. It's just little. It's not even big. And anyway, I took some of the vintage paper out of it. And then just a piece of tablet paper there, little note paper stitched on the edge there. Here is one of the die negatives here that I've just stitched on. And some more of the masking paper. Here's just a die cut that I've just stitched on some sari silk. And that's the middle of the signature. More masking paper. This is some of the paper that I got at that variety store too. And I picked up a rose one too that had roses on it. Here I've just stitched some of that sari silk on the page there. Here's just some random sewing in. I put some book page on this old atlas. Masking paper, the part of the doily, another fabric pocket. This here, I've had these for a while. I ordered these from Tattered Dream, Denise over to Tattered Dream. I ordered these. I've probably had these for at least a good 2 months or so. Excuse me. And I haven't put them in anything. So what I did is, this is a big decoupage rose from a napkin that I had. And I have, of course, stitched on one of those little flowers out of the sari silk. And I've stitched completely around the little time card there. But anyway, this is what I did, and just set it in that fabric pocket. Here's just a little glassine bag that has some collage on it, a little sari silk, a little lace trim there, crocheted lace trim with a little manila tag, and there's actually, you could put something behind it there. And anyway, there's that manila tag. And just journaling spot there. Some of that sari silk just stitched down the edge of the page. And then here is another die cut negative. I've just stitched around it, and I think that's actually, no, well, it is a belly band. Yeah, I was thinking I had left that open. Grab something here, but it's just a belly band, so you could put something in that. And then this is that 7 Gypsies ledger paper, and then here is the back. But anyway, this is my little fabric journal here. But anyway, these were a lot of fun to make. So anyway, these I will have listed in my Etsy shop. my other little, these will get listed tomorrow or Sunday, whichever but I'll have them listed before I put the video out. So anyway, this is what I'm going to show you this weekend. But anyway, here are these little journals, and like I said, I'm going to have them listed in my Etsy shop. If anybody's interested, thank you so much.